everyone. My name is Laura Boyd, and on behalf of the Glasgow Film Festival, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Now, you are some of the first people in the world to see episode 1 of season 6 of Outlander. How much did you love it? So good, isn't it? And of course we have some of the stars here with us tonight. Can we please have a big round of applause for Lauren Lyle, John Bell and Richard Rankin. Always been fabulous, of course. I'm going to start with Lauren. Lauren, first of all, how good is it to have Outlander back? After the Droughtlander, the dreaded Droughtlander.
I think it's the longest Droughtlander that there's been, isn't it? How long's it been? Do you know? It's been
decades.
Decades. It's been 17 years. Yeah, it's great. I think everyone's just thrilled to have it back and bring it hometown to Glasgow. So we're thrilled.
I was going to say, to have it, big cheer for that, to have something like this in the kind of home city. I mean, John, how does that feel?
I love it. I mean, of course I'm a Glaswegian, so to be here, you know, I used to usher here. I used to be the guy that would take your tickets up there. So it's like a full journey, yeah.
And Richard, for you, enjoy taking a good look around there, everyone.
There's hundreds of people here. I didn't think there'd be anybody here.
Some of you.
An empty theatre.
Well, some of them have been queuing. What? I heard from like 5 in the morning or something. Well, you guys over here. But
why? What for?
Well, that's just stupid, though. There's empty seats.
No point in that.
There's hundreds of empty seats. You could have just rocked up at 5 o'clock, you'd get in.
Don't listen to him, he's far too cheeky. Now, we saw Richard there, Roger slightly putting his foot in it and, you know, welcoming people he shouldn't be into the house as he does. What can we expect from him this season?
He's just being a nice guy. He's just generally a stand-up guy, but I don't think he was doing something he shouldn't have. They had an agreement. It was contractually binding. Verbal contract between Jamie and Mr. Christie, so he was just honouring it. You know, he's just being a decent guy. I think you can expect more of that this season. Just being a decent guy with a really, really great beard.
And eyebrows as well. Your eyebrows are looking great.
Right? I don't know why I got rid of it now.
It's very good, I do like it. And for Marsley, things look like they're going to take a bit of a dark turn. Is that right?
Yes.
No, it was making me want to cry in that episode. It was just, oh.
Well, we've always thought of Marsley as like the cool, fun, young one that like makes all jokes and she copes with everything. And her and Fergus never fight, and they're the cool, fun, young couple. But yeah, I think after what happened at the end of last season and how traumatic it was, obviously for Claire, but Marsley sort of having a part to play in that as well. I think it's the first time you see her not coping and not being able to handle this life that she hasn't asked for and this home life that was not the loving, beautiful romance that she'd intended. It all goes a wee bit spiralling and downhill. And she's sort of on her own. There was loads of times working on my own without Cesar this time, which was great actually.
You've left him behind. And John, for you, young Ian, I mean, not so young anymore, but I want to ask a very important question. How long does it take you in hair and makeup in the morning?
Oh,
on set, or just on a normal Tuesday?
Just in life, I mean, in general.
Always late in the car.
I'm always late. I spend the most time in makeup and hair, definitely, but that's not because my makeup and hair is difficult. It's just because I like to play Cher and Madonna. And I just get the makeup girls and boys partying, you know? It's always a part of the makeup job when I'm
It's not untrue.
It's not untrue at all. I mean, I have got so into a tune or something at 8 o'clock in the morning that I've been flicking my hair back and forth so much that my wig is flown across the entire makeup truck, much to Annie's horror, our head makeup designer. That makeup costs more. Yeah.
I don't doubt it at all.
Yeah.
But I was reading, I mean, you do really love your character, don't you? I mean, what
I
is
mean,
it?
he is the coolest character of the show.
He's definitely the
Where have
coolest
you heard
looking.
that? Where's the article saying that?
My own head.
And Richard, is there an episode in particular that we should be looking out for this season? Or a standout moment? Can you give us a wee hint?
I genuinely can't remember
Always
any
ask that,
of
what
episode
episodes?
1's going to be a good one for all those who haven't seen it. A lot of great stuff happening there, some new arrivals onto the ridge. I've got Chris Dace. I'm just rehashing all my own questions. There's excitement, there's drama, there's conflict, there's, all those great ingredients that make a really top show. So episode 3. Episode 3 is a really, really, really.
Why is that,
That's-
Richard?
You're not feeling anyone, Richard Rankin. But in general, is Outlander the dream job? Is it? Because I work on a lot of shows, I cover them for STV in Scotland, and people always say, oh, we get on like a family. But even going to the after party last week or whatever, I was lucky enough to do that, it does feel like Outlander really is a family, that you really all are so close. Is that the case?
Totally. Yeah, I mean, we started this job at the same time, season 3, episode 8, and so we've grown together on this show, and I'll be forever grateful for this show. I love it, absolutely.
Yeah. Richard, same for you?
So sincere.
No, it is. We have, we've all become very close, and it's like working as part of a big family. And seriously though, when it came to Scotland, it did a heck of a lot here for the film and TV industry in Scotland. It kind of arrived. Yeah, I mean, it did. It arrived with. It had such an impact here for all our cast and crew, for a lot of the local talent in Scotland. We still even
All the
helped it.
best talent in Scotland is working here. Seriously.
Hear that, James Mercado? All the best talent. Yeah, no, I mean, we have come a long way together. I think it's been going since its kind of conception, its television conception, for about 10 years now. I've been part of it for about 7 years. When I realised it the other day, that was a bit of a shock.
Yeah.
No, 7 years.
He's dead on
Of
now.
my life. But yeah, we are very close, and we do get on very well, and it just makes it all easier to go to work.
To do, I imagine. And what was it like shooting this season? Because I guess with COVID restrictions in place and things, was it tough? I mean, how was it on set?
They were amazing. Outlander's like a big, well-oiled machine, and they managed to build labs on set to test us constantly, so we were all really safe. It is the most ridiculous show to try and do regulations with, because you're doing sex scenes and then they're going, and then 2 meters apart. And we're like, we've all just made out, so it didn't make any sense, but everyone did really well. I think everyone was just thrilled to be working again, and we knew we didn't have that much time to get it done, but everyone just, like you say, everyone works really hard, everyone knows each other. I think the synergy that we all have now, having been together for so long, and knowing these characters inside out so well, that's been one of the best things. I think we've all gone on a bit of a different journey with characters this year, and it's so exciting as an actor to get to do that with a character you know that well, and do something so different with it. I certainly felt that with Marsley, and I know Cesar felt it with Fergus as well.
And when you go off and do other jobs and then come back to it, is it just like returning to an old friend?
Horrible old friend.
Yeah, terrible.
Who takes the piss out of you all the time. And
Yeah.
I think it is.
It is. You put on that costume again and it becomes your 9 to 5.
Yeah.
It really does.
It's funny because we'll complain about things and then you realise it's something like you're complaining about the wheel of cheese that they've got on set that day, and you're like, it's probably a good work problem to have, the type of cheese are being served.
It doesn't sound like a bad place to work.
But it never feels like we're away from it either. It never feels like we actually
that's
do
true.
step out of it, because when we're not on it, we're probably thinking about it or being asked questions about it, comes up in interviews, or prepping for the season to come. So people often ask, is it difficult to jump back into your character or whatever, but no, it's never very far away, really.
He's always there with you. Now, we see the fans here tonight. This is a fandom like I have never seen. You guys absolutely love it, don't you? Absolutely. I mean, how much does that mean to you as actors, and how much does that spur you on?
oh my god, like I did not know what I was getting myself in for.
Yeah, there's not a fan base like
No, when we first I think all joined, everyone was it's so amazing. It's like there really is no show without the fans. I mean, my character didn't even exist as much in the books, and because of the fans, they've written her to be more. So that's all you. So thanks everyone.
That's because of your dead good acting, no, Lauren, that the fans then went, we want to see
Dead
Dead
good
Good
Pure dead
everyone's written a letter personally.
I remember like Matt sitting me down in his office and being like, be prepared, like everything's gonna change from this point on, and it's true because you'll love it. I think we do a good job, right?
And have we started shooting season 7 yet, or is that fast approaching?
Preparations are being made.
Oh, I love it. That's fabulous. Right, I'm going to do some quick fire questions because I want to be nosy about the cast here. Right, okay, so who is the noisiest on set?
Noisiest?
Like loudest?
Probably me or Caitlin. Yeah.
Do you think Caitlin?
But we've been told to shut up a few times. Excuse me,
Yeah,
John.
you will hear John Bell before
Before you
Yeah.
see me.
Always.
Excuse me, people are trying to work, they're trying to act. Could you be quiet? I've had quite a few of those stares.
Who is the silliest? Who is the practical joker?
It's me or Lauren.
Yes, it's us. Together it's a nightmare.
Maybe a tie.
And who is the most caring? Who's the one you go to if you've got a problem?
Cat?
Yeah, probably Cat.
I love that. Everyone's like, oh, silliest.
Silliest.
Yeah.
These two again. See, when they're on together, it can be.
When we all get in like a family situation, if there's like a dinner,
Yeah, right at the table.
Dad just gets to an absolute riot, and then if Sam's there and he's
Yeah.
stupid as well.
Yeah,
I
everyone,
mean-
people are just everyone is getting into trouble one after the other constantly.
Yeah.
When we do like rehearsals and.
I'll deliberately try and fuck up continuity, for example. I'll see if they notice that this carrot's become a broccoli and all this. And when
Like-
they do, they're like, "Can you stop mucking about?"
Y'all love to do like accents. Because I remember that day we did all these different accents in rehearsals, and I tried to do a South African accent, and it was terrible. But
And the
I
director just
persevered.
loves it. And we do that. It's like, Jesus Christ, hurry up.
You alright? Yeah.
Wow, this is going in a strange way. And weirdest thing you've ever been sent by a fan?
Oh, I have to be so careful, because what if someone was in the room?
Weird is, you know.
Good, weird's can be good.
I
Weird's
remember
can be
being
good.
told about. I actually love all my presents, thanks very much. So thank you. I'm going to be safe there. I remember when I joined, being told that at one point there was a cake that was sent to the offices, and they weren't sure about whether or not there were particular bodily things
Wow.
in it for Sam. And I was like, oh, great, like cool show to be joining. I hope for none of that. I don't think I've ever tried any of the cakes that we've been sent, but
Don't
Yeah,
say
I don't know.
Yeah,
Appreciate the effort. Thank you. I just got a painting sent to me of Rollo
Wow.
with Adzo the cat on his shoulder, and it's really cute. And so I'm gonna like put it up in my.
I've had woven dolls, which I quite like.
Yes.
Oh, I get people naming their cats after Marcelly a lot.
Love.
Which I really like.
Love.
And children, I've had like
No,
one
no,
or
no.
two
Oh
kids.
my god, no. There was a woman in New Orleans who was pregnant, and she said that she came up to me and was like, "It's going to be called Ian." And I was like, after me? She's like, yeah. And
You're
I'm like,
making Ian cool again.
Yes.
And Richard, finally you, what's the weirdest thing you've ever been
I
sent?
remember when these little woven dolls were going around, and there was a Roger one that was done that was anatomically correct. No, he wasn't anatomically correct. He wasn't anatomically correct. He had a tiny wee woolen penis. So obviously it wasn't quite to scale.
So
but
definitely correct then, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we need to know.
I think I actually have that little Roger doll.
That sounds really weird.
That sounds really weird.
That does
Yeah,
sound
it's
very
me.
weird. I think it's actually on that note where we should leave it. Listen, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Remember to tune in on Sunday night. There's so much more to come. And guys, loads to see. Brilliant things coming up, isn't there?
Oh, it's so exciting. It just keeps building and building and building. It's a great season.
I cannot wait. A television experience like you'll never have had. March the 7th. Be there. The 6th. On Sunday.
Wow, you
Only on Stars Play UK.
Hashtag Outlander.
What a promo.
I don't know. Actually,
On the telly.
Sunday night on the TV, that's all we need to know. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, guys.